Well, I love the area. It reminds me of my hometown area in upstate New York, Amsterdam, New York. So I'm very familiar with the hills and everything else. Obviously, coming from Miami, I'm glad we have weather here. Obviously, it changes on a dime, but I love it. I'm outside enjoying the snow and everything else, so it's coming back home. And obviously, the guys, the unit, offensive line is usually a strong unit. Together, but and I'm proud to be coaching him. Coleman, Osborne, he came up to me the first day, shook my hand, didn't know anything about him. Obviously, I looked him up, his stats and everything else, and he's hopefully will be better in his senior year, his postseason awards. But he came up, he's a true leader of the group and come together. And then the other senior on the group is Paul Smith, that's been playing. Obviously, he comes thirsting for knowledge, ask me about the boards, the plays, and everything else. So I'm real eager to have this group go out there tomorrow and start practice.
You're a guy that played in the NFL for the Chicago Bears, started a whole season for them. How anxious are these guys to, I guess, maybe kind of dip into your brain and just see what you know about the game?
Well, O-line is a different group altogether. Usually you're 5 guys that come together, you make the fist, you're the tip of the spear. And a lot of these guys agreed to be unselfish teammates. It's a group of guys that you never know who's going to play, be it injuries or whatnot, but only 5 guys are really going to play most of the game. And usually we come in with about 15 guys, and you have to give it up to the best guy. A lot of those guys have, turned to me and said, hey, how is it at the next level? Well, at the next level, you're not just a tackle. You might be a guard, or you might be the center, or you might even be a fullback or tight end, wherever they need you. And you have to be moved as a piece accordingly. And I think that's what opened their eyes, where guys are more studying now and coming to see me a lot more and enjoying sitting down, talking scenarios and things like that, and their evolution of the game.
You talked about Paul and Coleman kind of being the anchors of that offensive line, but Derek Dressler, Brian McDonough both saw time along the offensive line with significant starts last year. I guess along with those 2 guys, who are some other younger guys that maybe don't have as much experience that you've kind of seen stand out thus far through at least the workout period?
Well, not even just young guys. What comes to mind is, Chris Webb. He unfortunately didn't play a lot, but he's going to be a young guy that needs to come along. And obviously, you have a couple seniors like Eric Garland who can come along and maybe give you a couple series here and there, or if someone's ever injured, or hypothetically push someone to be better. As I tell the guys the first day, I want you to go after someone's spot, and obviously we have a young player in Chris Norman who is, going to anchor the right tackle spot, but I say, hey, I want to find someone to come in and beat you, or you need to be strong enough to keep your job. And I think that's where me coming from a pro mentality, I think helps them to understand the urgency that they have to produce every day and accordingly hold each other accountable.